Now, a planned merger between two major airlines is reportedly being challenged by India's antitrust body, which says the deal might result in a monopoly. The tie-up between Air India and Vistara was announced last year as a way to take on local rivals, including Indi-Go and Middle Eastern carriers that dominate outbound traffic from India. The Competition Commission of India flagged certain routes and travel categories and has given Air India 30 days to respond. Well, for more, let's cross over to Delhi and DW correspondent Charu Karthikeyan. Charu, what could Air India do to address the concerns of the Competition Commission?
Well, Chris, to be sure, none of the parties involved have made any statements on the issue yet. But then what experts are saying is that there are a couple of concessions that Air India might have to give if CCI really insists upon, CCI being the monopolies regulator here. Air India might have to give up certain routes. It might have to reduce the frequency of some flights. That's going to be one step of the problem. After that, there are supposed to be international problems as well, because Air India and Vistara, both of them, they fly on international routes. So they will need antitrust clearances in foreign jurisdictions as well. So Air India is apparently waiting for the India part of the problem to be solved first, and then see what kind of questions come up in foreign jurisdictions. Chris?
But Charu, giving up certain routes, reducing frequency, would that not put even more pressure on an already stressed system? I mean, aviation fares in India are among the highest in the world because there's so much demand compared to the supply on the market.
Well, yeah, that's right, Chris. The system already appears to be stressed. In fact, according to one report, the ticket prices in the last year or so have gone up by over 40%. That's a big hike. And considering that they were high in any case ever since post-pandemic travel began. Experts have not been able to put their finger on any one particular reason, but there are a host of reasons which are believed to be responsible. So there's the surge in demand post-pandemic, the apparent failure of airline companies to keep up with the demand. There are the high prices of aviation turbine fuel as well. And then recently, airline company Go Fresh also declared insolvency, thereby further putting pressure on the system. But the situation appears to be dynamic. Both the airlines are flying on more routes now, and a new airline company, Akasa, also came up in the last few months. So, yeah, I mean, it remains to be seen in which direction will the situation head from now.
Now, using this merger with Vistara, Air India wants to become a global powerhouse in aviation. What are the chances of that happening, provided the competition watchdogs do agree?
Well, yeah, I mean, the signals are all there, Chris, that Air India is likely to become among the biggest market player. In fact, there are projections that along with Indi-Go, the new merged entity will among these two entities, they'll control about 80% of India's aviation market. Now, those are big numbers for any airline, for even two airlines to be looking at. Air India already appears to be doing well. There's a massive 5-year turnaround plan that was unveiled by the company when the Tata Group took over Air India last year. The group hopes to be spending about $200 million by the end of this year on a grand turnaround plan. And the shift in preferences already appears clear. Indian passengers are already flying at least to Germany on Vistara instead of Lufthansa. So, yeah, the shift does appear clear. The trend appears to be visible.
DW correspondent Charu Karthikeyan in Delhi. Charu, as always, thank you.